Hello, this is David again for another episode of the Fiction Vortex Intern Roadshow. And today we're going to be taking a look at how to use Google Drive. And we got a little Google Doc here, and we'll look at DropBox as our system of choice to organize our editorial calendar and keep all of our process straightened out between everyone that's participating in it. Hopefully this will make sense. So what we're looking at right here is in our Google Drive. This is a document I've shared with all of you guys that we're going to use to track episodes. So the way I've got this set up right now, and this will be a work in progress, so you guys come up with suggestions on ways to improve this, things that make more sense. This is just how I've started things out. To begin with, first we'll start with these tabs down here. This is the Hyperverse tab. So everything on here is serials within the Hyperverse serial box according to the editorial calendar here of when they'll be coming out. And then we click on this other tab here. We can go over to Future Punk and see the same thing. Future Punk actually has not started a live schedule yet, so this is when I am projecting that we'll start doing our live schedule in June, July, August. And then Schism 8 and Fly Red Fox I haven't inputted yet. Fly Red Fox we haven't started yet. We don't have any of those episodes received yet. Schism 8 is pretty much all my content, so I just need to get that put in there. But we'll go back over to the Hyperverse tab. And I went backwards a few weeks just to kind of keep us on track here. So these are episodes in March that were already published. If we come across the document here, published date, we'll see on that Hope's End one was published March 15th. Extinction Force one was published March 29th. You'll also notice a few weeks that we missed. This is not supposed to happen, but sometimes we're not able to get our content done on time, and so we have a few weeks that have just been left blank. I'm actually predicting that we'll have some more weeks left blank based on past performance. So I went ahead and put those in there, trying to do my best to kind of keep this calendar to reflect accurately what will be happening. So I just updated this one, Extinction Force, episode 7. We'll see here, rough draft was received. This was written by me. So, and then I updated this. I had sent this off to another editor that had sent me a message and said, hey, I'm not going to be able to do this in a timely manner, and backed out. And so I just sent this off again today to Fraser Hannah, who agreed to pick up this serial. So I changed the date of that to reflect today, and then this is empty because we were still waiting to receive it back from the editor. And so that's kind of how I'm doing this now. As soon as we get it back from the editor, you could put yes here, and then send it off to the author. And then we'd be waiting here until we got it back from the author, whether they've accepted or rejected the edits that the editor made. And then when we get that back, the approved final from the author, we could put yes here. And then as soon as one of us compiles the EPUB and the MOBI, you can put yes here. And then that finalized EPUB and MOBI would need to go in the appropriate Dropbox folder. And so the Dropbox folders will need to be coordinated. We have a Dropbox folder for files that we have received rough drafts on, files that we have gotten back from the editor, and files that we've gotten finals back on, and then final compiled ones. So as we move through and mark yes, 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 yes on here, we need to make sure that we move the documents into the appropriate Dropbox folder as well, which I'll go through that in just a second. And then here I've listed the email addresses just for convenience sake. The author's email address, if you need to touch base with any of the authors. The editor that has been assigned to each of these serials, I have their emails in here as well. And then I couldn't come up with a better term than this. for the moment. When we think of one, we'll change it. And then our emails in here according to the intern or the individual who is sort of in charge of seeing that episode through this whole process from rough draft to finished product. And then as they get published, we'll go ahead and put a publication date over here, just so that if we need to go back and find something out with that episode, we'll be able to find it on the website according to the publication date. And of course, I skipped over here. This is where the author's name is, the serial, and of course the serial box is the hyperverse. And the episode number here. And so this is where we are scheduled currently. Tomorrow we're supposed to have John Clapier's Blighted Aura episode 7 go out. If I have not received it by the end of today so that I can edit it and get that done in a timely manner and out, then that one will end up being a blank again. Because my episode scheduled for next week is not quite finished yet. I should be finishing that up in the next couple of days, but then it'll be scheduled to go out here, and then maybe we'll have to come back in and catch John here and Mike here, and all of these will be moved back a week until we get to that blank. So we might have to fix some of this stuff as we go if things are late. So that pretty much explains that. At the moment, I have assigned me to Mike Clough's Brunning Divide, and I've assigned me to John Clapier's Blighted Aura, just because those are typically coming in at the last minute, and so I just take them, edit, and turn them around as fast as I can. And I have currently assigned Isaiah to Kristen Miller's Hope's End. And then Isaiah, as you come online more and more, if you want to take over either Rangers War or Extinction Force or both, the ones that I am writing, then you can take over the process of seeing those through to the end as well. And then for the time being, I went ahead and just put Savvy in charge of Future Punk. Moving forward, and so this will be a document that you'll want to look at, Savvy, to see where we've, so far most of these episode 1s, these have all been turned in, edited, processed, finalized, but then you'll see like where when we get into episode 2s, we still have one here that's waiting to be compiled. We have one here that we're waiting to get edits back from the author. We have down here in episode 3, we're actually still waiting to get from the author. And then the other 2 episode 3s waiting to get back from the editor. So, or actually this one I guess I haven't sent to the editor yet because I'm waiting to get the final approved version from the author before I do his next episode. But that so I don't know if there's going to be an easier way to be able to tell kind of where we are at in the process on each one of those episodes other than how I've got it set up, but we'll toy around with that as we go. Drag this in. Here is the Dropbox. So I'm on currently the intern folder, and within that, these are the correlating folders. We've got episodes waiting to be edited. There they are. So those should match up with these rough drafts that have been received and that have been assigned an editor and sent to an editor. But we haven't yet received them back from the editor. Once we get them back from the editor and send them off to the author, then they would move over into this folder. Episodes waiting for finals back from the author, and then once we get those back, then they would go into this folder where we now can work on them. That's supposed to say import, not import. Episodes waiting for import and compiling. And then once they're done there, then you can put finalized episodes, the EPUBs and the Mobies in here. And then I will know I can come in here and grab these and upload them through our FTL program and get them on the site. So boom, boom, boom. The rest of this is just stuff that you might need, some pictures, random stuff I threw in there. Here's all the promo packs. These are like the taglines, kickers, product descriptions for all of our serials. And then the Scrivener files I put in here. Be extremely careful when doctoring these because these are the live versions that writers are using and everybody that's collaborating. These are the documents of import. So, and that's about it, I think, for the webcast this week. Thanks for tuning in and best of luck. And I'll catch you next week. This is David signing out.